You're traveling in the holiday rush with one gift, one snack, and one bag you packed in a hurry. You think the hard part is the crowd. The real hard part is the rulebook hiding inside the crowd. This is not legal advice. It's a plain English tour of holiday travel tripwires that catch normal people in the United States. We'll keep it simple: what triggers it, what it costs you, and the one easy way to avoid it. 1. Your wrapped gift gets unwrapped by force. You show up proud of your perfectly wrapped present, taped tight, bow-centered, everything. It looks like holiday magic until it hits the scanner and the bag gets pulled. TSA can open that gift during screening if they need to see what's inside. Now you're standing there holding ripped paper like a magician whose trick just failed. You and I both know the worst part is explaining why the surprise looks pre-opened. Use a gift bag and tissue or wrap it after you land. 2. Peanut butter is treated like a liquid. You pack a jar of peanut butter because airport food is a scam and you want one reliable snack. It feels solid, it behaves solid, and you assume it's obviously fine. TSA can treat spreadable foods as liquids or gels and make you toss it if it's over the carry-on limit. That's the moment you realize the rule cares about texture, not your argument. Save yourself the debate and bring small packets or buy it after security. If you can smear it, it can get treated like a liquid. 3. Slushy ice packs are the sneakiest trap. You pack an ice pack to keep food cold, and you feel responsible for once. At home it was frozen. On travel day, it turns into a half-melted slush. TSA can reject an ice pack at the checkpoint if it is not frozen solid. You can watch your whole healthy travel plan collapse in one quiet decision. No one wins that argument in public. Freeze it hard, keep it hard, or plan to get ice after security. 4. Powder makes your bag look suspicious. You bring spices for family cooking, protein powder for your routine, or dry shampoo to survive the week. It's normal to you, but on an X-ray it can look like, "We need a closer look." TSA can pull your bag for additional screening when powders raise questions. You're not guilty of anything, but you still lose time while they test and recheck. And holiday lines do not forgive delays. Split it into smaller containers or buy it at your destination. 5. Souvenirs become weapons at the worst time. You grab a cute souvenir that also happens to be a corkscrew, a bottle opener, or a tiny multi-tool. It's a gift, not a threat, and you paid real money for it. Security can confiscate prohibited tools at the checkpoint, even if you bought them 5 minutes ago. That's the part that stings. You don't learn the rule until the souvenir is already dead. If it pokes, cuts, pries, or looks like it could, ship it home or check it. A small tool is still a tool. 6. One bomb joke can freeze the whole checkpoint. Holiday travel makes people talk too much, especially when they're stressed. Someone cracks a joke about a bomb, or you say the wrong word trying to be funny. Airport police can detain you over that comment while they treat it as a real threat. You can feel the air change when the line stops and everyone suddenly stops smiling. This is not the place to test irony. Keep your jokes about delays and weather, not weapons. 7. The real ID problem is a trip killer. You show up with the same license you've carried for years and you assume it still works. After the real ID deadline in May 7th of 2025, that assumption can blow up your day. TSA can turn you away if your ID is not accepted for domestic travel. For a second, you just stare at your wallet like it betrayed you. Check your ID before you leave home, not when you're already in line. Your boarding pass means nothing without the right card. 8. A name mismatch blocks boarding fast. Your ticket says Mike. Your ID says Michael. You think it's close enough. At the counter, close enough turns into a hard stop. The airline can deny boarding until your ticket name matches your identification. Now you're digging through confirmations and trying to fix it in a crowded terminal. You can't charm a database. Match the name exactly when you book, or fix it well before travel day. 9. Boarding ends before the plane leaves. You look at the departure time and think you have breathing room. You're in the building, you're basically there, and you think the plane will wait. The airline can close boarding and leave without you, even if you're nearby. That's how people miss flights while standing in a line that feels like progress. Holiday travel is brutal about cutoffs. Treat boarding time like the real deadline, because it is. 10. Overhead bin space is not guaranteed. Your bag fits the size rules, so you feel protected by math. You board late, the bins are full, and your plan collapses in real time. A gate agent can require a last-minute gate check when bin space runs out. Now your carry-on essentials are suddenly not with you, and you're doing a public repack. We've all seen that panic. Keep medicine and must-have items in a smaller personal bag. 11. Your seat can change without your permission. You picked a seat for a reason, especially if you're traveling with family. You paid, you planned, you pictured the whole flight. The airline can reassign seats for operational reasons, sometimes right before boarding. It feels personal, even when it's just logistics. You can complain later, but first you still have to move. If sitting together matters, check in early and confirm at the gate. 12. The holiday rebook trap is tomorrow. You miss a flight and tell yourself you'll just hop on the next one. During holiday travel, next can mean the next day, not the next hour. An agent can rebook you into the next available seat, which might not be today. That's when your whole itinerary starts dominoing. Hotel check-in, rides, plans, everything. You don't need optimism. You need options. Ask immediately what the earliest confirmed seat actually is. 13. Arguing with gate agents is self-sabotage. You're stressed, you feel wronged, and you decide to negotiate like it's a courtroom. Gate agents are running traffic control, not a debate club. A gate agent can deny boarding if you refuse instructions or escalate the situation. And once you're labeled a problem, everything gets harder. You can ask for help without turning it into a scene. Your best tactic is calm, quick, and polite. 14. Vaping on a plane is treated seriously. You think one quick hit in the lab is private and nobody will know. Planes are full of sensors, rules, and people who do not want smoke of any kind. The crew can report vaping and have you met by staff when you land. That's a humiliating way to end a holiday trip. You can survive a few hours without it. Save it for outside the airport, not inside the aircraft. 15. Unruly behavior can cost real money. You think a loud argument is just a bad moment and everyone will move on? In air travel, bad moment can become a file with your name on it. The FAA can seek civil penalties for unruly passenger behavior. That's the moment it stops being social drama and starts being financial pain. You don't have to be cheerful, you just have to stay in control. Holiday travel rewards people who keep their cool. If you think the worst is behind you, once you clear the checkpoint, the next problems hit your wallet instead of your patience. 16. Power banks don't belong in checked bags. You toss a power bank into your checked suitcase because it's heavy and you're trying to pack smart. That little brick is treated like a fire risk, not a convenience. The airline can pull your bag aside if they spot spare lithium batteries in checked luggage. Now, your suitcase is the one getting special attention while you're sprinting to the gate. Keep power banks and spare batteries in your carry-on, protected from turning on by accident. This is one of those rules that's annoying until it saves a plane. 17. Smart luggage can become a counter-side disaster. You roll up with a suitcase that charges your phone like it's the future. You feel clever until someone asks if the battery comes out. An agent can refuse the bag if the battery is not removable under the airline's policy. That's when you're doing suitcase surgery in public with a line watching you struggle. Check the battery rules before travel day, not during boarding. The smartest bag is the one that doesn't start an argument. 18. The snow globe heartbreak is real. You buy a snow globe because it's cute and it feels like the perfect holiday gift. It's sealed. It's innocent. It's glittery nostalgia in a glass bubble. TSA can take it if the liquid inside exceeds carry-on liquid limits. And you don't get a refund for, but it's festive, you just get an empty hand. If you really want it, wrap it in clothes and put it in checked baggage. Some souvenirs are basically designed to lose at security. 19. Your checked bag is not a vault. You pack valuables in your suitcase because you want your hands free. It feels practical until you remember bags get tossed, stacked, and separated from you. The airline can limit what they'll reimburse based on liability rules and claim requirements. That's when "I packed it carefully" turns into "I should have carried it." Put anything you can't afford to lose in your personal item. If it would ruin your week to lose it, don't check it. 20. The baggage claim mistake people make while exhausted. You finally land, you grab your suitcase, and you just want to escape the airport. You notice a crack, a broken wheel, or a ripped handle, and you tell yourself you'll deal with it later. The airline can deny a damage claim if you don't report it within their required window. Later is when you're home, tired, and suddenly very motivated too late. Take 10 seconds and report problems before you leave the airport. The easiest claim is the one you make while you're still standing there. 21. The rental car, easy return that isn't easy. You drop the keys, take a photo, and assume you're done. Then your receipt shows a fuel charge, a cleaning fee, or an extra day you swear you didn't use. The rental company can charge your card after the fact under the agreement you accepted at pickup. It's a special kind of rage because you're already traveling and you're already tired. Photos and receipts are your best friend with rental cars. If you don't document it, you don't really control it. 22. Toll roads that quietly turn into big fees. You drive through tolls and think it'll be a small charge later. With rentals, later often comes with extra processing and surprise add-ons. The rental company can bill you the toll plus administrative fees after you return the car. That's when a few miles of convenience turns into a budget problem. Decide in advance whether you're using the rental's toll program or your own method. Tolls are annoying, but mystery tolls are worse. 23. Private parking lots love holiday towing. You pull into a lot just for a minute because you're picking someone up or grabbing food. The sign is small, the lot is busy, and you tell yourself nobody cares. A tow company can remove your car from private property and charge you to get it back. You come back and your spot is empty in the most expensive way possible. If the sign mentions towing, believe it like it's a warning label. A free spot is never free when the tow truck is nearby. 24. The open container boundary you don't see. You're walking around a festive district with a drink, because it feels like that kind of place. One block is loud, permissive, and full of people doing the same thing. An officer can cite you the moment you step outside the allowed alcohol zone with an open container. That's the part that feels unfair. Nothing changed except the invisible line. Look for signage, or finish the drink before you wander. In some cities, the sidewalk is legal in one direction and trouble in the other. 25. Hotel smoking fees are a holiday ambush. You're cold, you're tired, and you think one quick vape in the room won't matter. Hotels have heard that story 1,000 times, and they plan for it. The hotel can charge a smoking fee if staff determines the policy was violated. You don't feel it in the moment, you feel it later when your card gets hit. Step outside, even if it's annoying. The warmest option is not the one that triggers a fee. 26. Fireworks rules change by city, fast. You buy fireworks for New Year's because it feels like tradition. You see other people doing it, and you assume that means it's allowed. Police can confiscate fireworks and issue citations where local rules ban them. Suddenly, your celebration looks less like a party and more like evidence. Check the city rules before you light anything. The crowd is not a legal opinion. 27. National parks don't play about wildlife distance. You spot an animal, you pull over, and everyone wants the photo that proves you were there. People start creeping closer like the animal is part of the attraction. Rangers can cite you for approaching or harassing wildlife. That's when the vacation moment turns into a lesson with consequences. Use your zoom and keep your space. The best photo is the one that doesn't end with a ranger walking toward you. 28. Drones make you feel powerful. Until the rules show up, you want sweeping shots of a beach, a park, a cabin, or the holiday crowd. A drone makes it look effortless. Launch, fly, cinematic magic. Authorities can enforce drone restrictions near airports, over crowds, or in protected areas. The embarrassing part is realizing your cool footage was the problem. Check the rules for that exact location before you fly. If you wouldn't throw a baseball there, don't fly a drone there. If you're thinking, okay, it can't get any stricter than that, keep listening, because the last stretch is where small choices can turn into big consequences. 29. Just one drink can still ruin your road trip. You're on a holiday drive? The passenger opens something, and the car instantly smells like celebration. Nobody thinks they're doing anything dangerous. A traffic stop can still end with an open container citation, depending on the state and the situation. That's when your chill trip turns into paperwork on the shoulder of the road. Keep alcohol sealed and out of reach until you're parked for the night. A road trip is not worth gambling on a cup. 30. Bringing your own booze onto the plane is a trap. You buy mini bottles in the terminal, or pack them, for nerves, because it feels harmless. You figure, it's legal to buy, so it's legal to drink. Cabin crew can stop you because passengers are not allowed to drink alcohol they brought on board. Now you're the person getting watched for the rest of the flight. If you want a drink, order it the normal way or wait until you land. The cheapest flight is the one where you don't become a story. 31. The too heavy bag fee you don't see coming. You pack like it's a winter move, not a holiday trip. Coats, boots, gifts, all in one suitcase. At check-in, the bag hits the scale and your stomach drops. The airline can charge an overweight fee or refuse the bag until you repack it. And holiday airports are not a peaceful place to redistribute sweaters on the floor. We all think weight limits are flexible, right up until a scale proves they aren't. Weigh it at home or split it before you arrive. 32. The checked bag fragile sticker doesn't protect you. You check something breakable and ask for the fragile tag like it's armor. It feels like you did your part. Airline baggage handling can still toss, stack, and drop your bag like it's just another rectangle. Now you're opening a suitcase at your destination like you're defusing a bomb. If it's truly fragile, carry it on, ship it, or pat it like you're packing glass in a storm. A sticker is not a seatbelt. 33. Standby is not a guaranteed upgrade. You miss your flight and someone says, maybe you can stand by for the next one. You hear hope. The gate hears math. A gate agent can clear standby only if there are open seats, and holidays are famously allergic to open seats. So you wait, you hover, you refresh your app like it owes you money. It's not personal, it's inventory. If you need certainty, book the confirmed seat, not the wish. 34. Boarding pass screenshots can fail at the worst moment. Your phone is dying, your signal is bad, and you think a screenshot will save you. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. The airline can require a valid scannable pass, and staff can send you back to the counter if your version won't scan. That's when your quick fix becomes a time sink. Save the pass in your wallet app, print a backup, or keep your battery alive. Holiday travel is not the day to rely on 1% battery. 35. We'll figure it out at the gate is a trap for families. You're traveling with a kid, a parent, or someone who needs assistance, and you assume staff will sort it out later. Later is when everyone is rushed. The airline can follow their boarding and seating policies even if it separates your group. That's the moment you realize planning beats pleading. If you need to sit together, handle it when you book or as early as possible. The gate is where options disappear. If you're thinking, okay, so it's mostly delays and fees, here's where the rules start messing with your whole itinerary. 36. Hidden city ticket tricks can wipe your return flight. You find a cheaper fare with a connection and you think, I'll just get off at the layover. It feels like a clever hack. The airline can cancel the rest of your itinerary if they believe you're breaking fare rules. That includes your return flight, which is a special kind of holiday nightmare. You can't argue your way back into a ticket that's already been voided. A cheap shortcut can cost you the entire trip. 37. Weather waivers sound simple until you use them. A storm hits, and the airline offers a travel waiver. You feel rescued. Then you try to rebook and realize the waiver doesn't create seats. The airline can limit waiver changes to certain dates, routes, or fare classes. So you're allowed to change, but still stuck choosing between bad options. That's the part nobody tells you. Use waivers fast, be flexible, and expect scarcity. 38. Airport pickup rules can get you ticketed. You land, you're exhausted, and your ride wants to grab you right outside. Every airport has zones, lanes, and rules that are easy to ignore until an officer is staring at you. Airport police can ticket drivers who stop in the wrong place or block traffic. Now your reunion turns into honking, flashing lights, and everyone pretending they're calm. Tell your driver the exact pickup zone and follow signs like they're law, because they are. 39. Rideshare cancellations aren't just annoying on holidays. You request a rideshare and the app says it's coming. Then it cancels. Then it cancels again. Platforms can surge price, and drivers can decline short trips, leaving you stranded when you're most vulnerable. That's not illegal, but it is a rule of the system you're stuck inside. Have a backup: taxi line, shuttle, or public transit plan. Holiday travel punishes people with only one option. 40. Hotel incidentals can look like a scam if you don't expect them. You check in and think you're just paying for the room. Then your card gets hit with a bigger charge and you feel your soul leave your body. Hotels can place a hold for incidentals that ties up your funds temporarily. It's not a fee you agreed to emotionally, but it's common policy. If your budget is tight, that hold can wreck your week. Ask the amount up front and use a card that can handle it. 41. Late checkout can turn into a full extra night. You oversleep after a late holiday dinner and you think you'll just push checkout a little. The front desk doesn't live in your time zone. Hotels can charge late checkout fees or even another night depending on policy and availability. That's how a slow morning becomes a budget punch. If you need extra time, ask early and get confirmation. Don't assume the clock is negotiable. 42. Noise rules don't take holidays off. You're celebrating, the music is up, and it feels like everyone is doing the same thing. One neighbor disagrees. Police can respond to a noise complaint and cite you under local ordinances. Suddenly, your party becomes a conversation with a flashlight and a clipboard. It's the fastest way to turn best night into worst memory. Keep it reasonable, or move the celebration somewhere built for noise. 43. Flashing lights on your car can look like impersonation. You add flashy lights for safety, or you bought something cheap that looks cool at night. On the road, cool can look official. Police can stop you if your lights resemble emergency lighting or violate vehicle equipment rules. Now you're explaining your holiday purchase on the shoulder of the highway. If it could make someone think you're an emergency vehicle, don't install it. Safety doesn't mean pretending. 44. Lasers and aircraft are a line you do not cross. You're outside, you see a plane, and someone pulls out a laser like it's a toy. It feels harmless until you remember, pilots are real people with real visibility needs. Law enforcement can investigate reports of lasers aimed at aircraft, and it can get serious fast. That quick joke can become a long conversation with people who don't laugh. If you want to point at the sky, use your finger. Keep lasers away from aircraft, always. Toward the end of this list, the consequences stop being annoying and start being life-altering. 45. Refusing to cooperate can escalate a simple stop. You get pulled over on a holiday drive, and you decide to argue every step of the process. You tell yourself you're standing up for your rights. An officer can escalate enforcement when a driver refuses lawful instructions or turns the stop into a confrontation. That's how a ticket becomes a whole ordeal. Stay calm, comply in the moment, and contest it later if you need to. Winning the argument roadside is not the goal. 46. DUI rules don't care that it's just a holiday. You feel fine. You're confident. You've had a couple drinks, and you think you're still good to drive. A lot of people are wrong about that, especially late at night. Police can arrest you for impaired driving based on observed impairment and test results. And the consequences can follow you long after the holiday decorations come down. If you're drinking, plan a ride before the first sip. The smartest trip is the one you don't gamble. 47. Public intoxication is a real thing in many places. You're not driving. You're just walking back to the hotel, loud and happy and a little messy. It feels harmless. Police can cite you for public intoxication or disorderly conduct, depending on local law and behavior. That's the worst kind of souvenir. Paperwork. Keep your group together, keep it respectful, and get indoors. Being safe is cooler than being a headline. 48. Leaving food undeclared can cost you real money. You're coming back into the United States with fruit, meat, or snacks from abroad. You forget it's in your bag, or you think it's too small to matter. Inspectors can seize the food and issue civil penalties if you fail to declare agricultural items. It's a brutal way to learn that just one apple is not just one apple to them. When in doubt, declare it and let them decide. The form is faster than the fine. 49. I was kidding. Messages can turn into a threat case. You text something stupid about weapons or threats because you're trying to be edgy. Screenshots travel faster than apologies. Authorities can investigate threats even when the sender claims it was a joke. Now you're explaining humor to people who are paid to treat it seriously. That's not a conversation you want during holiday travel. Don't write jokes that look like crimes. 50. Interfering with the crew is the fastest way to ruin your life. You're angry on a flight and you decide to make a point. You stand up, you argue, you refuse instructions, and you think you're being brave. Federal law can treat interference with flight crew as a serious offense. This is where handcuffs and diversions enter the story. Take a breath, sit down, and handle complaints through official channels later. On an airplane, compliance is not weakness. It's how everyone gets home. Rules vary by city and state. If you've been tripped up by a holiday travel rule, drop what happened and where in the comments. And share this with the friend who always says, "It'll be fine."